Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can fall together. A spiritual reflection on loss, trust, and divine realignment. There are moments in life when something we cherish dissolves, a relationship ends, a job disappears, a plan collapses, a dream fades. In those moments, it does not feel like grace, it feels like loss. It feels like something good has been taken from us. Yet, from a spiritual perspective, not every ending is a failure. Some endings are realignments. Some breakdowns are breakthroughs in disguise. Sometimes good things fall apart because they are no longer aligned with who we are becoming. Spiritual growth is not always gentle. Sometimes it requires dismantling what is comfortable to make space for what is true. One of the deepest spiritual teachings is that everything in the physical world is temporary. Relationships change, careers shift, identities evolve, life moves in cycles, creation, preservation, dissolution, renewal. We suffer not because change happens, but because we resist it. We cling to what feels good, safe, or familiar. We assume that because something is good, it must remain forever. But spirituality teaches that attachment creates suffering. What once served our growth may eventually limit it. What once felt aligned may later feel constricting. When something falls apart, it may not be punishment. It may be evolution. A seed must break open before it becomes a tree. A caterpillar must dissolve before becoming a butterfly. In nature, transformation often looks like destruction before it reveals its purpose. Likewise, in our lives, something that appears stable may need to collapse so that something deeper can emerge. A relationship may end not because it was bad, but because it taught its lesson. A job may disappear, not because we failed, but because we outgrew it. A plan may crumble, not because life is against us, but because life is redirecting us. Spiritual maturity asks, is this falling apart, or is this making room? When good things fall apart, the ego interprets it as loss. It asks, why is this happening to me? It searches for blame. It resists the pain. But faith, whether in God, the universe, destiny, or divine intelligence, whispers something different. There is a larger design unfolding. We rarely understand the full picture while we are inside the transition. Clarity often comes later, when we look back and realize that what ended was necessary for what began. What once felt like devastation later reveals itself as direction. Spiritual trust does not deny grief. It allows grief while holding faith. Something can be good without being meant for us long term. It can be comfortable, but not transformative. It can be safe, but not expansive. Spiritual alignment goes beyond comfort. It connects us with purpose, authenticity, and deeper growth. Sometimes good things fall apart because they are not aligned with our higher path. They were stepping stones, not destinations. When we cling to stepping stones, we delay the journey. Letting go creates space for what truly fits the person we are becoming. When something falls apart, it feels chaotic, but from a spiritual lens, chaos is often reordering. Pieces that once seemed stable are rearranging. Doors that once seemed open are closing, so that others, previously unseen, can appear. Better things fall together, not by accident, but by alignment. New relationships form that reflect our growth. New opportunities arise that match our courage. New clarity emerges that was impossible before the collapse. What felt like disintegration becomes integration. Surrender is central to spiritual transformation. It does not mean giving up, it means releasing resistance. When something good falls apart, we can either fight reality or surrender to it. Resistance prolongs suffering. Surrender opens understanding. Surrender says, I may not understand this now, but I trust that something meaningful is unfolding. In surrender, we shift from control to cooperation with life. Spiritual awakening often begins in discomfort. Loss softens the ego. Disappointment humbles pride. Endings strip away illusions. Pain, though unwelcome, can deepen compassion, strengthen resilience, and clarify priorities. Without certain endings, we would never discover our strength. Without certain losses, we would never seek deeper truth. Sometimes the falling apart is the very event that awakens us thought. Many people can identify moments in their lives when something ended that they desperately wanted to keep. At the time, it felt devastating, but later they saw how necessary it was. The breakup that led to self-discovery, the failure that led to purpose, the rejection that redirected destiny. Spiritual perspective often arrives in hindsight. What once felt like a setback reveals itself as protection or preparation. Gratitude often follows surrender. Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can fall together is not a denial of pain. It is a reminder of trust. It invites us to see endings not as final defeat, but as divine rearrangement. It encourages us to loosen our grip on what was so we can receive what will be. Life is constantly evolving us. Not every loss is punishment. Not every collapse is destruction. Some are sacred transitions. When good things fall apart, we are invited to trust that something more aligned, more expansive, and more authentic is forming. And often what eventually comes together is not just better in circumstance, it is better for our soul.